Alright guys, so Sabbath is over, we're back at it. We've got, these are the supports for the shelving that we're going to use. And these are the cabinets that we're going to use, that we got to install. So these have, they're metal, they've got little gas struts, little rubber blockers, pretty easy to put together. They look relatively nice. Okay, they're super lightweight. Like if you have to, this was my whole option. It's either like build stuff out of this kind of like, you know, wood cabinet face fronts, and this, like one sheet of this stuff is like 50-60 pounds. Okay, that's like 1, 2, 3 of these. Like I'm already 3/4 of the way done before I even, you know what I mean? It's just like, so I just went with these instead. These have air, little air vents. They can ventilate. I might end up installing locks on. I liked these because they had the hinge instead of the sliders that would shut and then lock, because I knew those things are going to be rattling around, and like I like this a lot better. But I might install locks on them, and then you could kind of use one as a gun safe at the same time, which would be nice. So anyhow, that's what's going on. I got to put one here, and then we've got to cut, I don't know, a couple inches off of this shelf, and we're going to put the other one there. Hopefully this metal one isn't going to heat up. If it does heat up, I think I can always screw a piece of wood, and then put a little piece of this metal underneath it. That'll act as a heat shield so that this won't heat up and the things inside it won't heat up. I haven't experimented because I haven't started the wood stove to see how that's all going to work out yet, but that could possibly be a problem. We've got the CO monitor installed. You know, people install these and then they never actually go and do you actually know what the parts per million are? That, like, if that thing ever went off and said 32 ppm, do you even know what that means? Okay, versus like 400 ppm. You know what I mean? At 400, like, that's really, really bad. 32, you're like getting dizzy, and you're having brain fog problems, and you don't even realize you're having brain fog problems, because that's the whole point of the brain fog. So anyhow, go on the internet, print out a chart, a CO monitor ppm chart, so that you actually know what the heck those things mean. We've got another one to install there, and then wherever that one comes out to, we'll install 2 over here. And then the whole idea with these is we're not going to use these. Okay, we're going to, wherever the studs are, we're just going to drill holes, put big screws into the studs, and yeah, that's going to be it. So once all those are in place, then I can cut the wood shelves, and then we can install these on studs for the wood shelves, and that's how that whole thing's going to work out. So yeah, that's what we're going to work on today. When we get all the upper cabinets and all that stuff installed, then I can install this hood range underneath the cabinet here, and then we can start on, we got to do this whole deal yet, this whole front face, and to do that we're going to need to build drawers for this, and we're going to need to do a whole bunch of cutouts on this piece, and that's going to take a minute. I'd made a final decision on the underneath. We got our internet connections all installed. Now we just need to go get the router and the antenna and do that install. And then for underneath, Do you see how many crazy things, like, do you know how hard it was going to be to just do insulation and everything under here? And then you're going to have your water tank. You're going to have, it's so crazy. So what we're going to do instead is, it's called closed cell foam. There's open spray foam and closed cell foam. The closed cell foam, it will harden and create a nice hard coating. It doesn't expand as much as the soft, but for water resistant and a hard kind of body enclosure, that will work the best for underneath here. They have kits that are really, really expensive, and you do it by like you estimate it by board feet, so it's kind of weird. You're like, board feet? But basically take the, like, this is 17 by 7, so get the area 17 by 7, and then like whatever that ends up being is what you need in board feet for one layer, and then you figure out how many layers you want, so multiply that, and then that will give you your total board feet. Okay, and then buy enough cans of the spray foam. And the thing is, the cans come so that they're angled down, and then they've got this reverse sprayer so that you can like go underneath something and then spray up with a fan. So could you imagine me laying underneath getting underneath the RV and then cutting out, crawling out, measuring a piece of insulation, cutting it all out, getting under there, putting it all up. And then, dude, I would be doing the bottom of this thing for like a year. Spray foam insulation, like, you're going to be done in probably 2 or 3 hours, you know. But just make sure everything is absolutely the way you want it before you do it. Test everything to make sure everything works. Don't just, you know what I mean? So make sure all that stuff is squared away before you do it. Because once you do it, it's going to be a you know what, trying to cut it out to get back into anything. Okay? So, anyhow, that's what I'm doing. I found the best. There was a bunch of different ones on Amazon. The Menards prices were off the chart, $600. I found an option on Amazon with a like something lightning discount. It was like $200 to give me, I think, about a 3-inch insulation on the bottom of this, which would have been like I don't know, 18 to 24 something rating. So pretty decent rating. And then we're going to install the spare tire and the spare tire cover underneath. And then we're going to swap out to a different kind of jack on the front. So we're going to make some adjustments up there, and then it will be test mode, like take this thing out and give it a test. Once these things are done and the cabinets are installed, then we got the trim to do on wherever you know, see things that aren't cabinets. So we'll have to trim, shoot the trim up, and then we'll do final caulking like around windows, stuff like that. And then we will do, actually the caulking needs to happen right now before I install the cabinets. And then we will do, what's left? I'm gonna do a different backer here. I just don't know what I'm gonna do. It's gotta be like one piece that holds all of this stuff together and goes over here that I can screw into this window and into that window. And they have a shiplap stuff that might be cool. I just got to figure out whatever that is. I don't know what that is yet, but we need to put that up. Then it will be, we're going to add some USBs. So I've got more of these. We're just going to add a couple more in here just cause. And yeah, once that's done, we can put the mattress in here, put the thing in here, test that, see if that works the way it should. Then it'll be, clean everything. Test I don't know, clean, test, go for a test ride, make sure everything works, the brakes work, all that stuff works. So anyhow, guys, we're getting a lot closer, so all right, praise God. All right, guys, we got one installed. And I added this black mat so stuff isn't just like gonna slide completely all over the place. Added screws where they needed to go on the studs here. Added screws on the top, on the outside, according to the supports going that way. So pretty good. Think it looks okay. I mean, it just fits. And now we're gonna measure over 31.5, cut off whatever we gotta grind off there, install the other one, and then we're gonna start on the other side working this way. All right, guys, what do you think? I don't know if I can get back far enough. I mean, that's a lot of overhead storage there. Look okay? I mean, that is a very lightweight option. We need something to hold these things down, huh? They're kind of rubbery. I think they're silicone mats or something, I don't know. I think they'll lay flat here eventually. This one's pretty flat. So much easier than me trying to build shelves and have the shelves be really big and heavy. So it would have been cool. It would have been cool to have some on that back wall, but I would have had to fur the wall out. You know, so it was flat on the back. I guess that could still be an option. All right, we'll see how this goes. Well, guys, do you like that or not? This is the only way that I could do it. So you don't have like the corner cabinet flow, but they didn't sell these in any other like smaller size. I guess I could always cut it down. I don't know, it just worked. Because when you put another one here, it goes right to the edge of the window. And that allows me to put all the internet stuff up in this cabinet. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. And you're gonna need more. You're gonna need more space. And then for here, I still have, oh shit. My screws came through the other side. No way. Damn. Huh. Not used to building 2x4 walls, or 2x2 walls. These were the short ones too. Okay, well, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Something's gonna happen for storage on the back wall of here. I'm not sure what that looks like yet. But I don't know. I think this is gonna go okay. I gotta pad these out. Okay. See how there's a gap here? So find something kind of close to the thickness of this frame that's sitting off. Put that in behind your bottom bolt, top bolt. So I'm gonna have to take those back off, pad it out. And then we'll have to cut this one out with that hole. And then what I didn't realize is that if I mount this hood vent, the hood vent's gonna be kind of low, but I guess this is what you got when you got a 7-foot ceiling. But I think we'll be okay. And then we'll make some decisions on this, whether we'll just do the shelving, open shelving, or whether we still want to do some boxes. It would be nice to have overhead boxes like that for your, this is where your clothing is going to go, up there. So it would be really nice to actually have those boxes. So possibly I go ahead and frame it out and make it square on the front, and then we go ahead and do that. So I might be changing things up here. We'll see how that goes. But I don't know. I don't think that that's that bad. This is giving me tons and tons of space for, I don't know how much these are. Like, they gotta be less than 20 pounds. It's a lot of storage space for less than 20 pounds. So yeah. All right, guys, boom. Installed. That's where we're gonna put the internet, because that's where it can, that's basically the only place I had left to run everything. So we'll mount the router over there, plug it in there. We need to take a washer out of there and put it on there. So that shuts okay. Rest of them shut okay. Bam, bam, and bam. I think that looks okay. It does kind of look a little weird if you're standing right here in front of this with that space, but I don't know. I could put something on the wall right there. I think it looks okay though. So we definitely need LED lighting on the bottom of this thing to make all of this kind of light up the way it needs to. For sure. So we'll figure that out. We need to move this down. This is 2 feet by almost 4 feet. So that turned out to be a good measurement, because there will be some kind of material that I can get that will be one piece material that will go across that thing. So once we get this face board down, and then I can kind of look, we'll figure out what that needs to be. And if that looks good there, we might just put it on this wall too, because I'm gonna have to move this thing, and now there's gonna be holes. I guess I can put screws there, but in the holes. But that's gotta move. I wasn't supposed to have cabinets, but I'm liking it. Now we gotta figure out if we're gonna do shelving. So we're either gonna do shelving, or we're gonna return all the shelving and do something different. So we gotta figure that out. Okay, so we've got, I gotta install this, and this is gonna be a pain in the ass because I gotta run power wires, and I've gotta run, I've gotta cut a hole out here all the way through so I can install a vent. And then we gotta put it up there, we gotta caulk it in, and then we'll have to screw holes through here and through there, and then mount it. So, and then once all that's done, that LED light didn't work. That's why I got it for 10 bucks. Even though it's got a really good motor. We've got to take this, fix this, or replace this with something that works. Which isn't a big deal, because I do have some other little lights. So We could just get rid of this and I could hole saw or put 2 lights under here. Maybe the clicky button lights. And then just come down and wire those up. I can tag off of these wires and run them inside and then tag them onto that if I have to. Anyhow, complicated, a little complicated. We got to figure this out. All right, well, pain in the ass, pain in the ass. So not only was, I wanted this to be centered, okay? So not only did I have to, you know, there's a stud right here. So not only did I have to cut through a stud, but there was also a big metal plate the whole way across there. So I had to cut through the metal plate, through the stud, got all this there, then ran up a wire. So I had to drill holes there, fish wire. Broke a blade. Had to use a Sawzall blade to get up at a big angle. So now that all that's done, now we got to go outside. Dude, it is so freaking humid. So now we've got to install this thing. When the thing turns on, it will vent that out, okay? The air will blow that out. But obviously you can see this is huge. Dude, it's so humid, the thing is just like... So now we've got to cut through that metal plate again, and through that stud again, but we've got to do it bigger. And we can only go in 1.5 inches. We can't go through that in order to get this installed. So, pain in the ass. All right, let's get to it. All right, this was a real pain in the ass, but okay, installed. We got a vent. All right, so we got the wire in, we got the hood vent. Okay. I drilled holes in this thing, rewired, put the wiring on the inside instead of the outside, so from this box into here. Tested it, and now that light works, so I don't know what happened, but the light works now. So, we got to get it up here, but in order to mount it, I just went and got some bolts, so now we've got to we got to drill holes through here, hold it up there somehow, and then drill holes through those holes into that cabinet, and then get bolts in there and try to do it. So much easier if I would have had somebody to help me hold this thing. We're gonna get it though. We're gonna get it. Oh yeah, and then I do have this. What do you guys think of this? Would that be a good backdrop? Anyhow, I have that. So I could use that as a backdrop. It would match this. So we just gotta see. Alright guys, well, basically our whole upper thing is pretty much done now. This is wired in. I just have to connect that wire to that wire and then run a wire to there. And then I need to put this front face on, and then I need to put all the USBs and install all of those. So one last wire and all that will be good. Then we need to make a decision if I should just buy a 2-foot by 4-foot board like this and just install it as a backdrop. or what I needed to use as a backdrop. So now we're on to shelving. So, well, I guess I can move this bar down there really quick. And then we'll do shelving. Yeah, alright. Alright, what do you guys think? Continue with the shelves the whole way around. I'm gonna have to rip a lip and then shoot it on there so you can put clothes and stuff up there and it's just not gonna fall down. Or I can put more cabinets up there. Gotta make a decision here. Many hours later. So I fixed the sweeper, fixed a bunch of other stuff. We did the shelving. So if you've ever bent anything like pipe or anything, you know it's easier to unbend than to keep bending with the same curve. So that's why I turned these ones upside down and I unbent them so that they're straight. And then I was trying to decide whether to just do them flat like that or to lay them over top, and I ended up deciding they looked better flat. So marked it, cut everything, got it all in where it needed to go, and then I ordered brackets so that I can just join those together, top and bottom, and that way it'll just give it a cleaner look. But guys, we've got cabinets, and now we've got shelf. So I'm gonna go cut, we'll figure out how high we want to go here on the little lip. Probably an 1.5 or 2 1.5 inches. Let's do 1.5 inches the whole way around here. So probably out of this big one right here, or that one. Anyhow, we're gonna do some 1.5 inch strips, cut a bunch, and then we'll shoot them on there probably with the nail gun or the staple gun, probably be easier. All right. Right, guys, so cutting little chunks of this in my with a circular saw, but this should be our last little piece. Oh no, it's a little off. Shit. Okay, it's a little off because the saw's not straight. Okay, we can fix that. So here's the so that was a lot of work, and I did all the trim to like here. This whole side's done. I'm gonna put something there, and then basically I've just got the bathroom trim left. So today was like all cabinets, all trim, and then working on the shelving to get this shelving the way I wanted it has not actually been an easy thing. And all of the, like the brad nail gun will not shoot through it, the staple gun will not shoot through it, so I'm having to pre-drill and put screws in every little freaking piece, dude. I'm like, if I would have known it would have been that big of a pain in the ass, I might have not done it. So, but I like the way it looks. I think it looks cool. So, alright, praise God.